of an experience has Simple shut down a
Very good, man. Very well done, actually.
So you guys have been like touring multiple cities. What has been the biggest logistical challenge? I guess it's the drum.
Yeah, for at the gig, yes, because it's a huge setup. Nobody even asked me. Sometimes it's just getting there. ये दुखती रहती है हालत में. But the biggest challenge every day. The biggest challenge is the travel. Yes, it's like really that is like very exhausting. Yeah, and then next week is like 5 days. So I don't know.
So given that you guys have been like touring constantly, do you get like time to sit down and have a chat, practice your set for like 4-5 hours straight?
Actually, so when we are not on the road, from the last 6 months we were in the jam. When we go back, so we just jam all the time. We use stuff. But after we got up, we run this time till like March, I think. Then we are gonna break for like 4-5 months and write the album. That is the plan. Yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for coming to Simple.
Hey, thank you, Simple. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Prachi Bahuguna from the press department of Simpulse.
Hi Prachi, how are you? Nice to meet
good,
you.
sir. How are you, sir?
Pleasure, absolutely fine.
Sir, how have you been liking the fest so far?
So I love the concept. You guys are so energetic, so dynamic. And back in day when I passed out, like I was telling you, from college in 2004, this concept was not there. So I really wish that I was younger, so I could be part of college like this to enjoy this kind of fest. I know a couple of guys here, friends of mine, who are studying here, who I'm coaching. And they're having a great time just organizing everything, and they're taking it so seriously. So I've really enjoyed the experience. Like I said, I would like to come back, not as a guest, but like as a one of you guys, and come and enjoy the fest for a while.
So we'd like to have you again.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah. So, since you have a big presence on Instagram as well and social media,
Right.
so what do you do to
Right.
improve your follower count organically?
So honestly, you have to post content regularly. In the last 3 to 4 months, I've not been regular in posting content. But even I've got 3 platforms. One is YouTube, one is Facebook, and one is Instagram.
Yes.
So my Facebook following is the biggest. It's almost 50,000 followers. My YouTube is the small. It's about 10 to 12,000. On YouTube is very difficult because there's so much available out there. Instagram again is a very visual platform. If somebody likes your pictures, not necessarily the content, they would probably start following you.
Yes.
But what I have noticed is that I've stopped posting as many pictures as I would before, and I post about my life. From the time I wake up in the morning, my training, or if I'm training people, or what I'm eating, or what I'm shopping, or where I'm traveling, or even who I'm dating.
Yeah.
If she's okay about it, I post about it. So then the people, not like I'm a fitness entrepreneur, okay,
Yes.
a fitness influencer. So if every day I'm only going to be posting about my gym, people would get bored. So people want to probably enter your life and see what's happening in your personal space as well. So I think that has worked for me. A lot of people have done much better, but maybe I don't take that much effort,
Alright.
but I think I've done decently well.
So can you tell me about your foundation,
Yeah.
Mohammed Musawi
Yeah.
Fitness?
Yeah. So I launched the platform in 2018 with a goal to help people to get the right kind of knowledge. See, when I started gym in 99, I think I was fortunate enough to meet the right coach.
Okay.
So 99, I was a 15-year-old boy.
Alright.
And the owner of the gym told me, Mama, that this is your personal trainer. I know your parents, and I see that you're just fooling around in the gym, just talking to people, and your parents are concerned that you're very thin, they want you to increase some weight. So here's your trainer. So I said, sir, who's my trainer? So this big bodybuilder comes up, big huge guy. His name is Umesh Moite, and he's still my coach till today. So I said, sir, I don't want him. He looks so big, and I'm afraid. So I think I eventually decided to take him, and what he taught me, the ACSM certification, American College of Sports Medicine, which I did twice, did not teach me as much. So getting a right coach is so important. So whatever knowledge he gave to me from a young age, when I would go to different gyms, I would help people on the floor. They could be trainers. I was literally training trainers in gyms just out of hobby or passion. I would make workouts for them. They would give it to their students. So I felt starting this platform, and I kept it very reasonably priced also, because this is not my primary source of income. So I thought that giving the right kind of knowledge to people is something that arouses me a lot. Like if I need to say in the right way, it really excites me a lot. So giving the right kind of knowledge is what made me get into this profession.
Alright,
There's
so
a lot of people giving dumb knowledge. Don't eat carbs, don't eat this, don't eat that, starve yourself, do ketogenic diet, kill yourself. There's a lot of stupidity out
how
there.
do you think keto serves people?
So ketogenic diet is a zero carb, high fat, high protein diet. We all know that. Now the role of protein is to take you from point A to point B.
Alright.
Protein does not give you energy. And if you have excessive amount of fat, that's also not healthy. So carbohydrate, we come from a land where we're used to eating, I'm talking normal people, used to eating dal, chawal, roti, sabzi. And we all eat that as well. Geographically.
Yes.
Like if you see Italians, they eat Italian food, which is very high on carbs. Chinese eat noodles and rice, but they're still very thin because they don't change their cuisines very often. We as
Okay.
Indians, we're eating everything. One day Thai, one day Italian, one day Indian.
Alright.
Okay, so if you stick to your cuisine, so coming back to ketogenic diet, if you stop eating carbohydrates and you decrease your calorie intake from 2000 calories to 1200 calories,
Yes.
you obviously will lose weight because it's an 800 calorie deficit. But eventually you will start eating carbs.
Alright.
And when you start eating carbs, that water will come into your body. And then you're going to put on weight. And carbs is responsible, it breaks down glycogen into glucose, which gives you
Okay.
energy. So without energy, how will you function? How will you train? You will treat your friends badly, you will snap at your parents. So I feel do everything in moderation. Carbs khao, thoda khao. Don't go all out crazy and quit everything. Do everything in moderation.
That's what girls my age usually do these days. We'll just starve ourselves today so we can eat more tomorrow.
But you don't need to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Adi, and I'm going to take your interview for today. So, you're a motivational speaker, writer, business consultant. Is this your first time at Simples?
It is my first time at Simples, not my first time at Simbi Management University, but at Simples, yes.
So, ma'am, you had a organization called Dynamic Training. What's it about?
So the Dynamic Training Institute, the vision of Dynamic Training Institute is to be able to create leaders of tomorrow, whether they are students or adults. So the programs that the Institute has not only ranges from having the Model United Nations for students, but it also has university programs where we teach students how to do presentations, how to do their work-ready skills and critical thinking. I have public speaking classes, I have leadership classes where the kids come to me on a weekly basis in order to learn all of the skills, including from how to walk into a room, how to greet people, to have discipline, manage their time. We do seminars. I personally do a lot of motivational seminars, parenting seminars. So there's a lot that goes on in the Institute, including corporate training. It is a diverse institute in order to be able to get India ready for the world tomorrow.
So compared to the last decade, there has been a decline in model UNs, public speaking. Students have inclined towards something else. Why do you think that's happening?
So why isn't the public speaking in Model United Nations happening?
It is not really getting more participants right now. Why? Why do you think there's a change in that?
I think that over time what has happened is everybody's concentration is now becoming where all the kids need to concentrate on their academics. And what is happening is not just institutes, but also parents think that if my children can get the right report card, then they are ready to take on the world. But what they don't realize, and most people do not realize, is that until the kids are given the critical thinking skills, presentation skills, communication skills, they will always end up working. If you are an academician, you're always going to end up working for somebody that can present to the customers, that can set up the sales interviews. And so I think the Model United Nations and the interest in other critical skills is actually now increasing. The reason for it is because now there's become more awareness. However, there might be a decline in participation simply because think of how much stress the Indian kids are under just to clear their board exams. And now we're introducing board exams in 8th and 9th grades. So what we're doing is we are having children so bogged down with the academics that they're unable to have the time to learn the imperative skills that they need, which is all the life skills and soft skills. So again, my advice to everybody would be, forget about all the challenges, concentrate on all the opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am. We are very glad to have you on Simples.
Thank you so
I
much
hope
for
you have a
having
great
me.
time.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir and sir.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Simpulse. We are from the press department and we're here to interview you today. I'm Kavya. This is
Gayatri.
Okay.
Firstly, thank you so much for taking time out for Simpulse. We're very, very honored to have you here. Sir, y'all are going to be judging the Best Manager event. What are your expectations from this event?
What I'm expecting is participants to have thought through whatever problems that have been thrown at them, thought through that creatively, and come up with some innovative ways to handle the surprises that they're going to get.
Since you were an exec, how has Simpulse changed since you were in SEMS?
I wouldn't call it changed, it has evolved. So what happens is that as time progresses, you have to keep on trying new things. And I was talking to the juniors and they told me that they've brought in some new innovative things into Simpulse. One of them being Instacon.
Instacon, yes.
Instacon. So I think this is really innovative. So something which is a need of the time. So the way social media is increasing, calling in good personalities and calling in influential personalities from Instagram and having them to share their experiences, how they've grown through the platform, how they've built themselves, and then getting students to engage with them. So I think this is what Simpulse is about.
Sir, is this your first time at a college fest?
First time at Simpulse.
First time in Simpulse. How are you liking it?
I'm enjoying the vibe, but I have to yet experience it.
Sir, you're the co-founder of Adipa.
Of enterprise.
How did that start?
Enterprise.
Yes, enterprise.
Because that's what I do now.
Right.
It was long back. How it started was because I've been working with students, with college students for the last 7-8 years as a trainer, as a mentor, and I realized that very often the college system in India gets a little boring and people have spare time available. And I also realized that young people, they're not lazy, actually they're very enterprising and they want to do stuff, but they need a platform where they can kind of put their, give shape to their ideas. And that's how the idea of enterprise was born.
So do you miss working for Simpulse, or do you still, think about the hectic days that you were here for?
No, definitely miss about it. Given an opportunity, I would come anytime out here.
So what would be your advice to students who want to start their own thing away from what they're studying right now?
Start. Yeah, that would be my advice.
So when you joined SEMS, did you have a clear career path in mind, or did you
No.
develop it over time?
It came over time, as in I knew for sure that SEMS, when I came into SEMS, I'd come out here to get the experience and opportunities, and I think I quite enjoyed it. Took up a lot of opportunities and experiences, and after that, I think even till Simple 17 happened, I didn't know what I had to do after it. So only after the fest got over, a reality check came in that okay, college is going to get over in 2 months. So that's when I thought what I want to do ahead of after that.
Okay. Well, I hope you'll enjoy your experience at Simpulse, especially you from the outside now.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so
Very
much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much.